Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Rachel from The Wing Canvas, and today I come with a new series on this channel. I'm basically going to be taking fruits and turning them into pretty girls. And today I'm going to start with the watermelon, which is my personal favorite. So stay tuned and I'll show you my process. So I'm going to get started by drawing some basic shapes. I'm going to start with the eyes and make really big, doughy, kind of almost sad looking eyes. Then I'm going to kind of map out where the mouth will be, and since she's going to be nice and sweet, put a little smile. I'm going to draw some bangs on this person. I think I'm into the bang look. And because these bangs are going to be covering the eyebrows, I won't be drawing in eyebrows. And I'm going to kind of map in where the ear will be. And if you look at a lot of chibis, they often don't have noses. You can put a little dot like that, but I think I'm gonna opt for no nose. Because this character is sweet, I'm gonna give her a nice medium length to her hair. Not too long, not too short. Now I have the basics down. I'm going to draw in her body. I plan on making this character wear a dress. I'm going to draw in a little dress. Nice puffed sleeves for that nice innocent look. I'll put a little watermelon in her hand, you know, that'll be real cute since she's based off a watermelon. There'll be little seeds on this dress once I color it in. I'm gonna give her some hoop earrings. I think hoop earrings would really suit this character, and maybe at the end there's a little seed charm. Just adding some finer details around her, adding some stray hairs to add some more movement and interest. Sometimes I like adding this little cow lick on characters. I think it's so cute. Now I'm going to start inking this in with my micron. I like to make certain lines thicker than others just to emphasize parts of the drawing that I want to call more attention to, which includes the face. So if you look at some of my other artwork, you may see that lines I draw are slightly thicker. I'm gonna add some shading with cross hatching. I'm gonna take some last minute looks and do some touch-ups, make some lines thicker than others, thinner than others, etc. Awesome, and now that I've drawn my line art, I'm going to take a picture of it and transfer it onto my phone and then color it in MediBang Paint. So if anyone is wondering, I do have a Note 8, so my phone comes with a stylus. But I'm currently using the app MediBang Paint, which is free and available on the Play Store. So right now I have my line art here, and I'm going to be coloring on the layer underneath my line art just to get things started. I'm gonna give her skin tone a bit more of a pinky color since, you know, she is based off of watermelon. And I'm not being too neat with this. I know that with layers I'm going to be covering in the parts that are outside of the lines. Now I'm gonna select the area that I just colored in to make sure when I'm doing the shading and such that it doesn't go over the lines that I drew previously. Just add some blush, etc. Make it look a bit more cute. Now I'm going to start doing some shading. Now when you're shading in parts of the body, face, etc., you want to understand where the light source is coming from. So right now I am currently pretending that the light source is coming from the top right, which is why I am putting these shadows on the bottom left of body parts, etc., etc. Now I'm going to be coloring in the eye. For now, I'm just going to fill in the white part of it. I feel like I'm going to give her some green eyes since, you know, she's a watermelon girl. Add some shading in there, put some depth in the eyes. Now I'm going to do her teeth. Now, if you notice, when I'm putting white down, it's not actually white. It's a off-white. It's not perfectly pearly, bright, shining white. Because if you look at people at humans, our eyeballs and teeth are not perfectly white. They usually have a yellow tint to them. Now I'm going to color in the watermelon. Give it a nice dark pink. Because you know, dark watermelon is usually the most tasty watermelon. And at the wing canvas, we only like the tastiest watermelon. And now I'm going to color in her dress. And I'm gonna make her dress pink, the same pink as the watermelon, just to keep things looking the same. I left the bottom of her dress empty because I want it to look like a watermelon, so I'm making the bottom green. I'm going to make her earring gold because I see her as kind of like a sunshiny, summery gal. And I think I'm gonna make her shoes black, like watermelon seeds. Now I'm gonna do her hair, and I think I'm gonna go with black, just like watermelon seeds. And I almost forgot to add watermelon seeds to her dress, which I'm going to do now. And although I liked the lines that I had drawn before on paper, now that it's actually on my phone, I see that it looks a little tacky. So I'm gonna redo the line art and add some color to it instead. So what I'm doing is I'm just redrawing the lines I drew before by tracing the line art that I had done before this. The art looks really funny without the lines. This drawing is taking a lot longer than expected, but that's probably because I didn't really plan out how I was going to do the line art. I mean, I did. I expected to just keep the traditional ink lines that I originally had drawn, but as I put it into my phone, I thought it would look better with digitally drawn lines. So that's why it's taking a lot longer, because I'm redrawing the lines that I had drawn before. Now I'm just shading in the hair, and basically what I'm doing when I'm doing this is I'm pretending to know where exactly the light is hitting. I pretend that it's coming from the top right, like I said before, and I'm shading accordingly. So any parts that are facing the bottom left, I'm coloring in with a darker shade. And then afterwards, I will highlight it with a lighter shade for the hair. Originally, I wanted the hair to be black, but as I took a closer look, I wanted it to kind of be more brown. So I thought the black was just a bit too dull. Not sure if that's the correct word, but I didn't think it looked very great with the gold earrings, so I wanted it to have a warmer hair color. So this is how it's looking so far. And now what I'm going to do on another layer is start adding some highlights. This is the exciting part. The highlights is what really brings everything to life. I'm going to add some watermelon seeds to the watermelon that I drew here. I'm going to start with the background now. I think the background should be a yellow, a nice color that complements the other colors here. And I'm not sure how I feel about this yellow background, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a blue one. This is how art is, you know, you just kind of experiment. See what you like, see what you don't. The background, I always struggle with it. I'm going to clean up some of this white framing stuff. And here's the final watermelon girl. If you liked what you saw, give this video a like. Hit subscribe, the notification bell, and if you really like it, share it with a fellow art nerd. Until next time!